Hey, my name is Corey Schaefer. I'm the learning consultant on campus. I just want to make a quick video for you to kind of walk you through mastering A&P for your human anatomy and physiology course. What we're looking at now, it's one of my courses. Yours should look very similar. In my course, I'm set up as the instructor, so yours may say student course home, for example, or may just say course home. I can't totally remember. But when you sign in and you're looking at your course home page, you'll see an assignments window right here. Okay. I have one upcoming assignment for your course. You'll likely have more, a lot more. Some folks like to view it like this with things that have been recently due, what's upcoming. You also have a calendar view that you can use, and it'll kind of show you everything upcoming. I'm going to go back to my course home. Beneath that is going to be your grade book. So that's going to show your specific scores, how you've performed recently, what has been due already. And then we have some tools down here, and I'll get into it, at least one of these. But just kind of wanted to show you what that course home looks like. I'm going to select the EText option here. If you're someone who really prefers a print book, we have a discounted link here for you that you can use. Let's pull that up. So it looks like it's $45, which compared to when I went to school, 15 years ago or whatever, most books were like $300. So that's kind of why I call it discounted. And it's cheaper than you could find it for sale anywhere else. So that's a good option to have. I recommend trying the EText when you start. And if you just can't get used to it, then this is a really good kind of backup plan. If you like to have that physical book, or if you're a nursing student and want to hold on to your A&P book, that's a great way to do it for a pretty good price. Let's go to so I'm going to hit view the EText here. Okay, and it's going to open up a pop-up window, which kind of helps me remind you that you will want to make sure that your pop-ups are allowed for your mastering site. You should get some sort of notification when you first sign in. If you don't. So we are in the EText here. It looks like I left off on page 202. We have this navigation bar right here. I kind of like leaving it open when I'm in EText, just so that it kind of gives me a sense of where I am in the book and where I've been, where my notes are, things like that. So I want to give you a quick overview of just what's available in here. As with any new habit that you're starting, including studying, however you start it and however you create those habits when you begin are going to be habits you're going to use throughout. So if you're someone who's always been like, man, I wish I was better at taking notes in the book. I wish I was better at highlighting. Start now. Start on chapter 1. See if you can create a habit. And so I'll show you how to do both those things. So when you highlight text here, you can highlight it permanently as well. So you have some color options here. You may want to color code those, one for important things. Could be yellow, green could be my professor said this is going to be on the exam, and pink could be I want to ask a question about this later. If you have a specific question, you can type in your specific question here, and it'll add a note into the notebook. Your notebook, I'll show you where that is in a minute, but you can download it as a PDF if you want to print it off. You can access it later through here, so it kind of saves everything as you go. As we're kind of looking through this, you'll see the page numbers are on the EText page. The actual page numbers from the book are on the EText page. The figures can be selected. You can zoom in if you want to take a better look. Anything that's highlighted in like this, like a hyperlink, it's highlighted or that's bold as a hyperlink, you can hover over and it'll give you that definition. Let's see. So here's another one here. I'll just hover over that. Cool. Yeah, so that's kind of what the EText looks like. Up here we have a bookmark. If you want to just bookmark an entire page, you have that option as well. We have a new, actually, it says it's in beta. We have a new audiobook feature. So if you are, where are we at, 8.5? So if you prefer to have this read to you, while you're maybe taking notes or doing something else, cooking dinner, I don't know, you can do that. So I'll click this.
8.5, types of synovial joints. Law 1. Describe the anatomical features of each structural type of synovial joint.
All right, so I don't want to play too much of that. I'm not sure, you should have been able to hear that. If not, you kind of get the idea. So I'll close out of that, or I mean, I guess I'll just move down to the next thing. So the next one down is the notebook. So I have two different highlights that I've put in here. One, I put specific question underneath. One, I put exam question, to remind myself that was an exam question. And so you can, using this, you can export that out, print out all of your notes. But the more you use that, probably the better experience you're going to have, and the better your ability to prepare for exams is going to be. We also have some study tools in here. And so we have broken down by each chapter. They are essentially, glossary terms, and you can go through and practice these. Here we go. So I'll choose everything from chapter 2, right? They're flashcards. Okay. And as you're going through here, you can let yourself know, okay, I nailed it, or I need to come back to that later. All right, so next one. Okay, here we go. Right, so that was wrong, and so it'll record that. Okay, so I'll close out of that. You've got the idea of how those work. And you can set up to practice. You can do like matching, things like that. Text settings are in here as well. So if you prefer reading in a sepia or like reverse dark colors, you can adjust the text size, font, all that stuff. So I guess that's kind of the highlights from the EText. Sorry, I'm already at 6 minutes, so I'll kind of try to go fast. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I also want you to be prepared and know how to use everything in here. So the next, and actually the last area I'm going to cover is going to be the study area. So I'll open that up. Okay, so here's our study area here. This opens as a pop-up. Make sure you're allowing pop-ups for this mastering site. This is kind of just all the extra tools that we have available in mastering for you, the students. If you don't know where to go, I recommend starting and study by chapter. So we can go to chapter 8. We have author-narrated podcasts. So Dr. Ammerman has podcasts that she's created for each chapter to help you connect concepts and better understand the content. We have module quizzes you can use to quiz yourself. Our active learning notebook is here. Case studies here. Lecture outlines are here as well. Okay. We'll go back to the home. You can open up our animations and videos. So if you're looking for specific A&P animations, if you're looking for bone and dissection videos, all that are in here. Oops, close that. We have our lab videos, which would obviously be very helpful for your lab. So you can open all those. We have interactive physiology is kind of like a web-based physiology practice, which is useful. We have PhysioX, which are physiology labs, essentially. Those are super cool. I would definitely recommend getting into those. But I do want to show you our practice anatomy lab. I'm going to open that up just to kind of give you an idea. And the reason why I want to show you this is the feedback I've gotten from instructors and students in the past is that these are really useful. So you can practice and review, quiz yourself on a cadaver using anatomical models, histology, and these are all for humans, right? And then you can do a cat or fetal pig as well. So I'll open up, the endocrine system. Okay, so we can do self-review. Oh boy. Okay, so this is just the ventral view of the brain. Sorry, I didn't mean to look so confused there. You can kind of highlight on things and view different structures and labels, right? Oh, let's see. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. So if you know what you're looking for, hopefully that is helpful to you. Here we go. Okay, all right. I like that a lot better for the self-review. Okay, so you can review. You can quiz yourself, which is going to be a multiple choice. It looks like I'm still loading. There we go. So you can quiz yourself, or you can take like a full lab practical where it's going to highlight a structure. It's going to highlight a structure, and then you're going to type in what it is. So this is a great way to practice. And I've got, we just got a lot of great feedback with it over the years. That's why I want to mention that specifically. Sorry, I had to find my study area. I will open PhysioX really quickly. just to kind of give you an idea of what I mentioned, these lab exercises, I want you to see what these are. So, we have these activities where, so if you're studying skeletal muscle length tension relationship, you can open that up. It's going to open as a pop-up. So I got to move my head out of here. It's going to give you an introduction, your pre-lab quiz, and then you're going to go into here we go. There's the lab. So I wanted you to be able to see what this lab looks like. So that's the study area. There's a lot in there. As you can see, we've spent quite a few minutes just looking at that. And then the one last final thing I want to make sure to show you are our dynamic study modules. These are a great way to kind of help you. They're not a homework assignment. They're not a reading quiz. And sometimes it's easier for me to tell you what they're not to help you better understand how they're going to help you. What they are is they are a learning tool that kind of looks like a reading quiz. So I'll go into, I think we were looking at chapter 8 earlier. So open up chapter 8. We have 2 different modules in here, broken up into sections 1 through 3, 4 and 5. It's going to give you kind of a heads up on how long they're going to take. So I'll start with the shorter one. When you first open it, it looks a lot like a reading quiz, right? Question, multiple choice answer. What that says is that if you click twice, you're going to submit your answer. If you click once, you can say you're unsure. And it's going to give us feedback as we go along. It's going to say, you were sure and correct there, or you were sure and incorrect here. And what I want you to notice is that it's not giving you the answer. This is what makes it different from a reading quiz. It's not just saying you're wrong, this is the right answer. Okay? It's meant to help improve help improve your learning and help you better apply these concepts. So we are at question 6. I want to get to question 8 so you can see why I like this and why other students like this. So we've done 8 questions. I got 2 correct. I got 3 partially I was unsure of, and 4 I was just outright incorrect. The next page it's going to take you to is your Learn page. So it threw out the 2 questions I was correct on, and I'm going to go through and review the ones that I was incorrect on. It's going to give you the question, the answer, how I answered, the correct answer, and it's going to give you content, like context of why that's the correct answer. So you can go through and review each of those questions. The ones that you got incorrect are going to get thrown back into this deck of probably between 20 and 30 questions. It'll get put back into the deck, and you'll have to get these right before you finish up. When you finish up, you will have gotten them all right. That's the only way to finish this, is you'll have to get them all right in the end. But hopefully it's going to help you better understand what you've read. I recommend doing this after you've read sections 4 and 5 in chapter 8. And then I kind of opened up our dashboard as well. That'll kind of give me an estimated time to complete based on how well I'm doing, my accuracy so far, and then of the 26 total questions, how I've done. So that's kind of just a quick overview of the dynamic study modules. Most instructors do assign those in some way, whether it's a homework assignment or extra credit. Chances are you're going to be seeing those anyways, but if you aren't, they're a really great tool. Which kind of brings me to my final thing I want to mention to you. The dynamic study modules do have a free app where you can download onto your phone, tablet, sign in with your Pearson account, so this Mastering A&P account that you used, and you can do those on the go, right? You can do them on your phone. We also have a Pearson EText app. I'm going to kind of pull this over. I do think our app is actually going to update. Today's the 29th of July. I think our app we're getting a big update either tomorrow or in the next week or so. So the icon may change, but if you type in Pearson and see the Pearson EText app, I think now we have 20,000 reviews and they're close to 5 stars. You can download the entire EText, your notes, everything onto your phone, onto your tablet. It's totally free to use. The audio features are built into there, so it's a great way to kind of take your book on the go as well. Again, my name is Corey. I hope this was helpful for you. I'll have some virtual office hours available as we start the semester. So if you have any questions about this, or if you have questions about your course, how to get signed in. If you're having trouble, come find me and I'll be able to help. I hope you have a great semester. I hope this was useful to you, and good luck. Talk to you soon.